All right, here we go. Another episode of TDM Talk. As you can see, I got a very lovely and talented and special guest
Thank
in the
you.
building, Miss
Hello.
April Rose.
Hi,
How
I'm
are
April
you?
Rose. I'm doing really good. Hey, where do you want me to look? At you
It don't
or
matter.
here?
It don't matter.
I'm gonna go back and
Whatever.
forth.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you want to say something directly to the public, just look at the camera.
Okay.
But
Hello, public.
it's hello, public. Yeah, thank you guys for you guys that have been watching and whatnot. It's a pleasure meeting you finally. I know we've talked several times on Instagram and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot, and you're popping right now, man. I see you. Out here, you're everywhere. It seems. So just to be clear, you're from Waco, correct?
Yeah, I've been in Waco for 20 years. I'm originally from Colorado Springs,
Okay.
so I'm 31. But yeah, I'm originally from Colorado. Been here since like '04, or been in Waco since like '04, '05. But I pretty much just say I'm from. I've been here
Yeah.
long, and I've been here longer than anywhere else I've lived.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's like when people move down here and they're like, "I've been here since such." So I'm like, "Yeah, you from Houston now?
yeah,
Like, are
we
you
just
from
say I'm just
whatever?"
I'm from Waco. Like we
Yeah.
we in there. But yeah, I thank you for saying I'm popping.
Yeah. I mean that's all I've been seeing on my
That's what you
timeline
see.
is you performing. Well, I'll start from the beginning. From when I
Yeah,
first actually saw you or discovered you. Sorry about that.
yeah,
I was through Private Hip Hop.
uh huh.
So shout out to Prescription and the whole crew
Mhm.
out there.
Yeah,
Uh, I interviewed Riz Scorelli,
uh
and,
huh.
and I could not get her name right because it just sounds. I didn't know there was an S. I thought it was Riz Corelli.
Riscorelli.
Riz Scorelli.
Riscorelli.
Yeah, shout out to her, man. She really, really cool people.
Yeah.
So that's where I discovered you, and I saw your performance on there. Was it an event they had, or was it some, or was it like the open,
The
not open mic, but it was like the. I think you were like in maybe did a show,
I wonder
or was
what.
it like a mic video? I'm not. I don't
Oh,
really
like a
remember
raw
now.
session?
I
My
think
raw
so. I
session?
believe so.
I would say there's been a handful of people that are like, "Oh, I saw you on the raw session." Da da da. Da. But I'm wondering if that's what you saw, or if you saw like a performance or something. I don't know.
I know I did see a
Wait, did you
performance
see me? Where'd you see me in person first? Do you remember?
here.
No, like I mean, like at a show.
No,
You saw?
never.
Oh, you just saw footage.
Footage of it. Yeah,
Nice.
they came down here back in. They were just here not too long ago, and I was supposed to go.
Yeah.
My bad, bro. I totally. We were here late, but the first time they came down for their Texas tour, I went and
Yeah.
did interviews for the artists.
Oh, bet.
That's where I met King Creole, who was also in the, and we'll get to
Yeah.
that in a minute, the
Yes.
competition. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's really
Crazy.
dope.
Small world.
Yeah, I met
Yeah.
him there, and I was like, yo, he was really dope. We got a little quick interview in. I got to bring him by sometime.
Yeah.
Um, but that's how I met Prescription and those guys. And then so of course we've been following each other, and then they started posting performances, and that's where I've seen you.
Ah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
clicked on the video and I was like, okay, let me, and I was like, oh shit, like the energy song, like,
Yeah.
to me
I
that's my
love that
favorite.
song.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I like that song.
Which one is your most popular song right now?
I would say most popular, like as far as like statistically or like the
Yeah,
analytics,
I like that.
the glow up is going to be the most popular.
Okay,
A
really?
lot of yeah, a lot of people love that song. It gets the most streams, gets the most plays. And I would say people know the words to that one a lot. But my second favorite and probably my favorite song is going to be Energy. I
Yeah.
think that's a banger. I don't care. I love that song. And every time I perform that song, people love that shit.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, damn,
Yeah.
damn! What did she say? What did she say?" And I feel like it gets the best crowd reaction. And the glow up is like more people are inspired by that song. I think that's what. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
inspired. They're like,
Is that
"Oh
the one
yeah,
that you?
fuck
I
him."
think I saw in your story you posted that someone came up to you and said one of your songs like that they resonated with the actual track.
So that one. Sorry, I have my
No,
shit
you're
on
good.
vibrate. um, No, the one I had was talking about. The lady said it resonated with her the other night. That was the one I did for the competition. She was
Okay.
talking about, but the glow up. People do say that about that. They'll be like, "Oh my god, that song." Like I've had many messages on social media. People reaching out to me like after I first released the glow up. They're like, "This song helped me realize my worth." They're like, "I said fuck you to this man,"
Yeah,
or
yeah.
even a guy messaged me once and was like, he sent me this long ass paragraph talking about you made me realize that this girl was not like, she wasn't treating me good, and I like see my worth now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like a grown ass man messaged me that, and he
Being
was
real open about the
yes,
shit.
this motherfucker, literally, the song like changed the trajectory of his life. He literally was gonna like stay with this bitch and like be miserable in this relationship, and he left her, and now he's going to school to be a fucking pilot now.
Oh shit. See, people don't realize like
Like,
how powerful music can
it
be.
literally makes me want to cry because I can't believe, like, that's why I do music and I love to do it. Like, I love hearing people's stories and like the feelings that they get when they hear anything, whether it's sexual, sexy, or it's like, powerful and inspirational. I love to hear feedback and
Because to me, that's how I look at the song Energy. It just,
yeah,
your voice over that beat, what you were singing is so fucking like
yeah.
sensual, sexy. It's just really like, it has
You
a vibe. It's a
feel
whole
it.
vibe. Yeah. Like I must have jammed that thing about 4 or 5 times back to back. Because
Yeah,
I kept, when I like a song, I'll do that. Because I'm like, let me make
dude,
sure that I like that shit.
that's
Because
me.
I'll hear it on the first, instance, and I'm kind of like, okay, that was cool, but
Yeah.
let's see the replay value. And I'm like, yo, this shit is hot. Like,
So that's another thing. Replay value is really important to me. Like, not everyone's gonna like every song I put out, and I have more shit coming soon. But to me, I don't even really want to release anything that's gonna be not replay value.
yeah.
That's just how I feel. I want to put out shit that people can bump 5, 10 years from now, and it still be a good song.
I love that you said that
Yeah,
because we me being way older,
yeah.
I think about music that I grew up with. How like today it still jams. Like I'll be at places where they'll
Classics.
play it, and it's like the youngsters are still getting,
Yeah.
they're still jamming to the shit. They love it. And they might not even know who the artist is, but they know that specific song or whatever. So I always think like, okay, it might be hot now, but will it be hot 10, 20 years down the road? Like
Yeah.
the longevity of it, right? Is it going to still be around? Is it still going to be classic? I think that's definitely one of those tracks that's going to be, I want to,
I
for sure.
jammed it the other day. I
Yeah.
hadn't listened in a minute. Man, that's gonna be my next video
Okay.
for Energy. It's gonna be
Yeah.
real sexy.
I put, you know what? I think on my TDM talk page, I posted like in the notes you could add music, and I used that song one time. I don't remember what I said, but I used the post, which I'm gonna do again when I post when we post the flyer to promote this interview. But I truly love that song. I'm not just saying that shit because you're right here, like because I've shared it on my
Shit, I
socials.
believe you because I love that song
Yeah.
too. It's really good, and I like about that song is what I don't know. I just came up with that singing in my house.
Yeah.
And I was just rehearsing and trying to do. Sorry, kids
No,
are
you're
loud.
good.
I got my kids here with me.
Yeah, they have to turn it up.
But like when I was writing that song, I was just like, okay, I got this dope ass beat. It was a custom from De Niro. Shout out De Niro and Waco. But we did the custom beat together, and I was singing the melody in the studio, and then I was like, okay, I know.
So he made it while you were there?
He made it while I was there.
Dope.
Yes, and I archived the footage of him making it with me in the studio. I'm gonna turn it into a reel and put it out
Dope.
whenever, like before I drop the video. I'm gonna do that. But we made the beat, and then I came up with that melody, and I was like, I want to tell a story on this beat, but I want it to be sexy.
Yeah.
And then like I just started thinking of like random lines, and then I kind of like tied it all together, and I was rehearsing it at my house because I got a mic and this big ass speaker that I rehearse on at the crib.
Okay.
And like when I was writing the song, I started feeling it more and more, and I was like, damn, I like this bitch. And then it kind of just all like tied together. But I really like that song because it's telling a story, and it's about sex, but it's not like, let me put that pussy on you and let me twerk on your fucking head.
It's very creative with it,
Yeah, and it makes you feel cool. And like that song, the reactions I've got is from people of all ages, all races. That's what I like. It's not even just that song, my music in general, I feel.
Yeah.
It's all ages and all colors and whatever. They fuck with that shit. But especially Energy, like because I do Lyft on the side sometimes.
Okay.
I have 2 jobs, and I do Lyft, when I
Hustler.
need a little. Yeah, gotta always have money. But like when I do Lyft, I play my music in the car for people.
Smart.
But I'm not like recording it or nothing. I like a good, not everything has to be for the internet. I like a good little low key shit. But I'll play something, I'm not like, hey, that's me. But every time they'll be like, who is this?
Yeah.
Every fucking time. They'll be like, who is this? And I'll be like, that's me. And then they're like, what the fuck? Oh my God.
Probably trip out.
Yes. The other day, this old black guy, he heard the Energy song. We had a 5-minute drive. I played Energy. He goes, hey, miss. He said, is this somebody that you know? And I said, that's me. He goes, oh my God.
Yeah.
He unbuckled his seatbelt. He got up. He said, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm in the car with a famous person. He was like, what the fuck? I was like, no, not yet. I was like, I don't know, not yet, sir. But that's my shit. He got out of the car and he made me sign his lottery ticket.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's dope. Cool. That's dope.
I was like, hell yeah. I was like, wait, can you still use this? And he said, no, you put your name on it. I can't even use it anyway if it was a winner. I was like, damn.
How is that though? Like just receiving love like that, just out the blue, kind of, because on social media, I'll say this, because on social media
is different.
Because I feel like sometimes people do it with ulterior motives. Like they do it so that you can repost them or, or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying?
I know how it is.
But in person, I think that's dope to actually have that.
My bad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, it is. That's what I'm saying. I like to keep some moments like not for the internet. That's why I do that shit when I do rideshare and stuff like that. And by the way, ain't no shame. No. I'm a hustler. I'll clean toilets. I don't give a fuck.
Get it by any means necessary.
Yeah.
She's gonna clean up the studio in a minute. No,
I'll clean it, then I'll paint that bitch.
Hell
I'll put some light a candle too.
Okay.
But there was this one time recently where I was doing rideshare and this girl, she heard my music and then she was like, wait, are you April Rose? I've never seen this girl in my life. It was some Baylor chick, or looked like a Baylor chick. I don't know. She was bad as fuck. But I was like, okay. But she was like, oh, I've heard you before. And she was like, I had to drop her off at like Cameron Park or some shit. She was going running. And she was like, can I take a picture with you? And I was like, yeah. I was like, hell yeah. And like we took a picture together. That bitch was fine as hell. But like,
shout out to the Baylor girl.
Shout out to that bitch. And I'm pretty sure she do yoga too. So that was hot. But yeah, that shit was cool. Like, I don't know. I feel like those moments are a lot more special to me.
Yeah.
I got to do the internet because that's just what you have to do to get yourself out there.
Yeah.
But like to me, I love the in-person interactions the most.
I've always preached this, like,
it's the best.
Yeah, like the in-person shit to me is the best. Like
it's special.
I've always, with artists that I've worked with that don't necessarily generate that interaction, I'll tell them like, man, go live or go to events just because, and go and shake hands, go and, hey, I'm so and so. Even if you're not performing, at least go network.
Yep.
So that people at least know who you are, and then because if they feel like they know you, they'll be more prone to support you because they're like, oh yeah, I know her, she's cool, and you probably just met them one time.
Yeah.
But because I know people that fuck with me the long way, and they just met me one time, but they support the shit out of me, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But it's just from that one interaction that man, he's real humble, real cool, real down to earth, because on social media people can come off as stuck up and kind of like, especially with women, I'll say that because they're probably like. Because I'm pretty sure your DMs stay lit. Your facial expression said it all.
I literally just deactivated my Facebook recently because I'm going through a lot in my personal life. And it got so overwhelming. I woke up one day to 50. I counted them with my friend next to me. I had 50 DMs.
Damn.
On Facebook. All of them dudes, saying whatever. And it's not like, of course, everybody likes a little bit of attention. It's nice. It makes you feel good. But sometimes that shit is just like when you're going through shit or you're busy with life, as a girl especially, you don't want to fucking read that shit because you start feeling like, damn, like, what do people really want from me? Like, am I just a piece of meat, or do you see me do you think I have value? Like, da da da. And then you just like dig deep. I don't know. You get lost in the sauce.
Correct.
And you start overthinking shit. So I had to take a break for about 3 weeks. It was really good. I got myself together. Now I'm back. But I feel like sometimes it's important to step away from social media for a minute so you can just remember why you're doing things. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my shit be getting flooded. My shit be getting flooded.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was gonna say,
It's crazy. I'm like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Right when I said that, I saw your facial expression, like, God, you have no idea. And I'm like,
I will say random, but the worst ones, also the most entertaining. The worst ones are the dudes. Y'all don't do this.
tell them.
The dudes who don't even know you and they send you voice memos.
Oh God.
I have so many voice memos on Facebook and Instagram. And they be just talking to you. They're like, "Hey, when you gonna let me come through?" And I'm like, "This dude I don't even know this person."
They got the candles lit, the lights
Yeah,
dim,
like
and
it
they're
sounds like
setting the mood just to
It was
send you a
like-
voice message.
Like the other day, this dude said, "What did you eat this morning?" And I was like, "Why is he talking to me like this?"
Oh my God. You know what you should do? Take them all and put them on a fucking track.
I know.
As like a skit, you
Yeah.
know, thirsty,
I'll do like a little thirsty dudes mixtape.
thirsty guys mixtape. Track 1. Here's all these guys, you know, that should be fun.
Grand Rising. Looking
Hey,
at
yeah, that'd be the worst. The guys that try to be like real, you know, saying Grand Rising. You're
yeah.
looking very radiant today. You know, using those kind of words. Like, you don't even talk like that. Spell that shit, bro.
I know.
Anyway,
I don't know what that original question was.
I don't either. I don't even know how we got into
shit.
that. Yeah, but I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. You know, you talked about like with energy, you wrote it like on the spot. Is that generally how you do the music, or do you already have shit like written?
So I honestly, I think it has something to do with my ADHD. I don't take medication for that. I currently don't even smoke weed or nothing. But like I have my writing process as I go, you know, I'm learning more about myself and shit and how my brain works. What I like, I think, is where I have a beat. I know it's my beat. I like to have a custom beat, or I want to buy that shit before I even start writing on that shit.
Yeah.
And I kind of I'll think of a melody and then I'll fill in the words afterwards.
Okay.
So like I'll think of a melody and then, you know, see what I want the vibe of the song to be, and then I just fill in the words. But another part of my ADHD is like I'll start writing, I won't finish a song that day. I'm gonna come back to it later.
Yeah.
Because I'm also kind of a perfectionist. Like I want to make sure that it's executed well and it's good. So I'll go back and revisit a song 10, 15 times before it's even done.
Well, I could tell you take pride in like, because if not, you'd probably have 1,000 songs out, but quality wise, it wouldn't really be shit. But the ones you have are very strong, you know, individual tracks. So I know that
we
just
got lots of gnats in us. In here with us today.
Yeah, it's these plans. They'll be gone pretty soon. Yeah, maybe. You let me know. Let me know if that works for you. So one of the reasons you're down here in Houston was the competition, right? The Up and Up. Shout out to Up Above
Media, Up Above Entertainment.
Yeah, shout out to those guys.
They do a bunch of different shit. It's
they sponsored our event in September the last 2 years.
That's right.
Yeah, they were out there recruiting because they were going out and asking some of the artists. I don't know if any of them actually did it or not, but I know they were doing interviews at my event and. They helped sponsor along with the Gonzalez Law Firm, which is the same, you know. So shout out to them for doing that. But I saw it was pretty dope. They had Lil Flip involved, and actually, although I didn't know you, you were in there, who I was familiar with, and I do know Sam Knight, and I do know King Creole.
Yeah.
And I didn't know any of the. I didn't know any of the other people, but King Creole and Sam Knight. And yourself are dope as fuck, you know. So I was like, damn, that's got to be a tough ass competition.
Yeah.
How did that even start?
So a few months ago, I actually performed at a event in Houston. I can't remember the name of the place, but I've only paid for like a few slots ever to perform. This one was like. It was like a $200 slot, and I was like, man, I'm not going to pay that. No way. But I was talking to my mom about it and how I wanted to get involved because most of the money was going to suicide prevention and awareness in
Oh, okay,
September.
okay.
It was in
Yeah.
September. Anyway, my mom like sent me some money on Cash App, and she was like, "I want you to go do this," and I was like, "Bet." Because a few years ago, I lost two brothers to suicide in the same year.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so like mental health and like suicide is like awareness is like really important to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I just want to be a part of this just cause I felt like God, I was like drawn to it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, cool. I didn't know any of the artists going. I was just like, I'm gonna go perform whatever. And then I heard after the fact, like after I was posting about it, like prior to performing, my homie, who's actually one of Lil Flip's producers,
Okay.
he was like, hey, that's Lil Flip's like management team. Like, I know all those people. That's my brother type shit. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So I go there and like Lil Flip shows up. I didn't even know.
Was it loud music with the loud
It was
music?
loud music.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out
sorry,
to
I
Derek,
forgot it.
man.
Yeah, shout out to Derek. He's a really good dude. I fucks with him.
Yeah, we've had him on the show before.
That's
yeah,
lit.
I gotta bring him back.
Yeah, no, he's cool as hell and real down to earth, very friendly.
Correct.
And so I went to go do that. And I was the only person from Waco, like it usually is. Like, you know, I drive myself to all my shows. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go solo pretty much all the time. But, like, I drove there, and then Lil Flip shows up, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I was like, whatever. And then in my head, I was like, bitch, go talk to him, because networking, you know, you're
Yeah.
here. Like, you know, I ain't got no team with me or nothing, but I'm going to go introduce myself. And then I chickened out in my head. I was like, nah. But then I turned around and Lil Flip's right behind me.
Oh wow.
And like he was just right behind me. And you know, everyone's taking pictures of him and shit. I turned around and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I said, hey, what's up? I'm April Rose.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm April Rose. Nice to meet you. Da da. And like, he just like grabbed my phone and put his number in my phone. And like, we just like click. Yeah. And then like a week or two later, I ended up chilling with him. And we watched the Canelo fight, and we was just kicking it.
Yeah.
And I remember I drank some like weed or hemp infused tequila or something.
Okay.
I never seen nothing like it was green.
Okay.
Anyway, we had some of that. That shit was strong. But yeah, it was cool. We kicked it for like hours. It was dope as fuck. I don't know. And then what happened? Like I left because he had to catch a flight or some shit like that. I left and then he sent me this flyer at some point about this talent show. And I was like, man, I guess I'll go to this talent show. He didn't say, hey, come to this talent show. He just sent me the flyer. He's very nonchalant.
Yeah.
Like he just sent me the flyer and like I wasn't even really going to go.
Yeah.
But then I was like, wait, I need to be promoting myself. Let's just go to this talent. I'm going to go to this talent show. I show up. And this fucking shit is a whole ass competition. I didn't know it was going to be like this.
You thought you were just coming to perform.
I thought it was just performance, one day, one and done. I had no idea what to expect. And then turns out it's in this fucking, he's got his $2 million studio there. The lawyers are in the same building. It's a whole
I went there
thing.
while they were building it.
You went there?
He wanted me to be a part of it because he knew about the podcast.
Yeah.
So I know one of his like main right hand, one of the ladies that's one of the right hand people, because her sister was one of like a vendor at one of our. It's just a small world, right? It's like how crazy this shit be. Like
I feel like everything I've done, like just real quick, like everything I've done the past year, somebody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, and like everything fell in place for me, just like naturally. Like I was like, damn, this is wild.
That's true.
I felt like God is just guiding me through it perfectly. It's weird as fuck.
Not to get away from what we were talking about,
No,
but
you're
I
good.
love that you said that because
good.
I like every opportunity that's come my way, it was so easy. It was almost like I always like to say it's like God opens the door and I just walk right through. It's that easy.
You have to listen. When God is talking to you and giving you opportunity and like showing you shit, don't be scared. You gotta fucking walk through the door.
Yeah.
And then God's gonna give you something else right there. It's like crazy. I don't think people understand unless you really tapped into your spiritual side.
Yeah.
By the way, not on no religious shit. I don't care what religion you are, but like God, our higher power, does guide us through this life. That's just what I believe. And like all you have to do is listen and just like keep doing the right thing. Like and you will be presented with shit.
I grew up like Southern Baptist, like literally,
Yeah.
like right. And there's a song that we used to sing called "Trust and Obey." And it literally is that. Like if you just trust, because that's what they say. Like with religion or having faith, faith
Yeah.
is not being able to trust without seeing the actual. It's like we say the door is open, but you don't know what's on the other side. But it's there. The opportunity has presented itself. Do you take it or not? So many people don't take it because I think they're afraid of what's on the other side because they don't know. Because I always say, if God showed you everything in your life, I think it would scare us because we wouldn't really think like, nah, that ain't really me doing that.
Yeah.
Nah, it's like with everything that I've done so far, I always give God glory because I wouldn't have done this without Him. I would have never thought
Absolutely.
I'd be selling clothes, doing events, doing a podcast,
Yeah.
interviewing, popping artists such as
It's
yourself.
it's weird.
It is because all I did was just take that opportunity that was presented.
You listened to God and He provided for you, and if you keep doing that, it's just gonna grow.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
But
So
you got to put in the work.
you do.
You got to put in the work.
That's the other part that people don't think. They think that God's just gonna say, "Well, here's everything you need and go for it."
No.
Like no, you gotta put
It's
in the
like
work.
He gives you the opportunity. You got to do a few things to get in position. So He will give it to you, but you have to fucking work for it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I definitely believe in that shit. Oh yeah, but what were we talking
Back
about?
to the competition that you said you went to the competition.
Yeah,
But how many
so-
people were in it in the beginning?
Okay, so that's a good question. I thought it was 100, and then the other day somebody was saying on some, they were like talking about it. It was like 40 people. That's not true. There was more than 40 people, definitely. Like there was 40. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was like 100 or more, if not, I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I made it through. We performed, did our little audition. There was 3 judges. There was cameras and shit. They did it at the studio there. But yeah, that was
I was
cool.
blown away. The cameras he had, I was like, this.
I know. I
This
was
dude.
like,
I said, this dude got
oh.
them ABC 13.
Yeah, it was like real
cameras.
shit.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this is live.
Yeah.
I never heard back from them, so I
Yeah.
don't know what happened, Marco. But it's all good,
It's cool though.
I think in essence, kind of like we talked about God opening, right? So that opportunity was it wasn't there, but it was talked about. But I think God had other plans for me to build my own from the ground up myself instead of working, because I would have been working for Him instead of being working for myself.
I'm glad you said that because, okay, fast forward, I made it through to round 1, went to round 2, then I went to round 3, then this round 4 last night. I made final 8, but last night they picked the final 4 on stage, and I didn't make the final 4. But before all of this, I'm really rational, and I like to sort out my thoughts and all the possibilities and like think about what I want, what I believe in, and da 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 da. But like, long story short, I was okay with not making the final 4 because I know, because I trust in God, I know that God has bigger plans for me.
And we talked about that.
Period.
Yeah.
So I didn't cry. I wasn't sad because I noticed, I'm not going to name drop or nothing, but there were some people that were sad that they didn't make it. And, it's not my job to sit here and be like, no, this isn't what God has planned for you, whatever. But I just know that, like, it's God's timing. Those things, like, you can't be sad when you can't make it through to whatever, because God has a different plan for you. Period. Like, you should never be sad, especially like that's the first competition I've been in. And I don't know. For anyone out there who's in a competition or think, you have to always compete with people, like, just remember, like, just go your own way, go your own pace, do what you love, make what you want to make, do what you want to do, and God will provide for you. Don't be comparing yourself to others or think you have to do this certain thing to make it. I don't know. There's so much I could say about that, but
On my Facebook, I had a banner that said "Run your race." Basically, run your own race. Don't worry about who's to your left.
don't worry about that. All the other
you
bullshit.
run yours.
Yeah.
I think you and I are a lot alike in that sense, where we both see a bigger picture as opposed to what's in front of us. As were those people who I think, and I'm not judging them because I don't know them, but
a lot of people, everyone's got their own journey. You realize things later or sooner than others. It is what
and some of us see it for what it is right there and then. Kind of like you said, God has bigger plans than this.
Yeah.
And I told you that last night when I asked how did it go, and I was like, yeah, regardless of what happened, I'm like, just know that there's way more opportunities that's gonna come from this. That's gonna
For sure.
Someone won that. Who ended up winning anyway?
Well, they chose the final four. There's not a winner yet.
Oh, there's
so last night, but the final four, it's Sam Knight, King Creole.
Wow.
Yeah, he did really good. Him and Sam Knight and Michael and Alex. They were like the only Spanish duo. They were a duo.
Okay.
They could barely speak English too. It's pretty cool that they made it that far.
That's
definitely not my style of music, obviously, but like they had the crowd going. They were good. Their crowd reaction was really good. Even people who probably don't even listen to like Tejano type music, they was bobbing their head.
Oh, okay.
And then also Slim Simma, she has such a great personality. I love her. She made Final Four. And then the ones who didn't make it last night, it was me, Dakota Blue, Raven Sky, and Young Protege.
Okay.
So shout out to Young Protege. That motherfucker, the song he made for the competition, he rapped his ass off from beginning to end. He had veins popping out his neck.
Oh, wow.
He had a lot of energy on stage. He killed that.
I bet it was tough because just knowing Sam Knight and King Creole, that's tough in itself because those two, like I said, when I seen King Creole perform at the private hip hop thing, I was like, this dude is dope. And we connected, like instantly. We did the interview, quick little interview.
See, I didn't even know he like knew the his I think he's like 40 something too. It's crazy. Like he doesn't even look that old.
No,
nuts. His online presence is where his music is at. Like he's done stuff on like TikTok and just all that stuff. He don't really have like a lot of experience with performing in person type shit. But he's amazing. Yeah. Like he's really, really talented. But I didn't even know that he knew about private hip hop or anything like that until like I saw him in this competition. King Creole came up to me and was like, "You're April Rose," and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" I was like, "Who are you?" And he was like, "I heard of you through them," and I was like, "I've never met you in my life." But then I checked out his shit later, and I was like, "Wow, this man is really talented."
That's what I think. I think all of our platforms, the people that do this, even us, the Latinx hip hop, the Hustle Towns, private hip hop, there's more that I can't really think of at the moment, but that they're important because we kind of all. We might not directly work together, but everybody's kind of cool with each other.
Who knows someone?
Yeah. So I met a lot of people when I went to do private hip hop event. I met almost everybody I interviewed. I didn't really know them. Rochelle Gemini, I knew who she was. I met her before. She's hella dope. But I got to interview her, King Creole, and so many people like that I had known, which I love because that expands my audience as well.
Exactly.
When you go to my YouTube,
y'all like help each other.
Yeah, we're just helping each other, and that's how I think it should be.
It's cool because from them I heard from somebody else, and I've expanded my own shit, and I've got my streaming up and my plays up because I'm jumping from platform to platform, and it's just cool.
I saw you on Elm Street too. Shout out to my boy, Elm's out there, man. I was out there. Powder and I went out there in August.
Yeah,
we're like on a little press run. I didn't know how long it took for the episodes to come out, so I was there to promote my big event in September, but it didn't come out till it didn't come out at all because I told him, I said, bro, I was really there to promote my event, but I didn't know it was gonna take that long for it to drop. Like, cause when it was supposed to drop, it was like the event was already over with. Like it had been a month.
I'm just being real. Yeah, no, I got a little sassy with him. I keep it real. I got a little sassy.
So when did you do yours? Your
the beginning of summer.
Yeah. It's a long ass time.
It's November, bitch.
Yeah, and I just started seeing this shit like you just recorded.
Yeah. So the funny part is what I didn't understand is like how we gonna talk about current events. But we gonna drop it 6 months later.
Yeah. Yeah, because the shit he
I'm
told.
sorry, bro. Come on.
Yeah. Shout out to Els Dog. I told him.
Shout out to you, but
I told
y'all
him,
gotta get on that.
Yeah, we'll be having them on here pretty soon. You
Like
know,
I'm gonna be talking about Christmas shit, and it's gonna come out in fucking
summer.
Yeah, like what?
Like, why are we talking about Christmas and it's June?
Yeah,
June 25th.
Christmas in July.
Yeah, Christmas in July. Yeah, nah, that's crazy. So what's next for you?
Um, I I think that I'm sitting on like 4 songs that I've been writing, and I kind of got just not distracted, but I tend to hyper focus on things, so it's really hard for me to do a bunch of things at once because I won't finish them. So I focus on one thing, get it done, and then I move on to the next, right? So I have about 4 songs I'm about to drop back to back. I'm going to do the energy video, drop that soon. And really just this time I'm going to take and I think I'm going to drop my first album on my birthday next year.
Okay.
April Fool's Day.
Really?
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I really was torn dropping an album. I was like, am I worth it? Like, do people want to hear this? Like, da da da, you know.
There's always different thoughts on that.
And then you have people who are like, no, don't just do singles like you said and do a video for each single, because that was my original plan. But really, I understand now that, you know, an album is a cohesive piece. Yeah. It's a story and whatever. And I think that the songs that I have, I can make it work. And I want to do a nice full cohesive piece and have a really dope debut album. And I'm going to make sure I promote it right and do all that shit and have merch and all that stuff. But that's my plan as far as music right now. I don't have any like performances lined up. I went, man, for my first year, I think I got like 15 performances under my belt. And I just started. I just fucking threw myself out there. I was
got to though.
I was scared as hell. I'm still not the best performer, but I've gotten so much better just with everything by throwing
practice
myself.
Makes perfect. I mean,
throwing myself out there.
To
like
the wolves.
I'm still learning. Like so
we got to bring you down for a show, one of ours next year.
I would love to.
For sure, we'll work that out somehow. Because I know you got to. This year at Embrace the Culture, which is our, you know, it's like our Super Bowl or WrestleMania event. We had artists from Washington, Delaware, Maryland, Atlanta fly down to perform. I thought that was so dope. We have the toy drive coming up December 15th. We have, you know, man, I wish I could have got you for that. But we gonna work for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I don't know if you know. Do you know Victoria Silk?
No.
Okay, I think she's from the Dallas Fort Worth.
I might have her on Instagram just because that sounds familiar.
Yeah, she does.
Is she
like R&B, just brown skin. I'll send you her page, but she'll be down here to perform.
I might follow her because that sounds familiar.
I think y'all would make a dope ass track together.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm finna start doing features.
I was about to say, like, what was that?
I'm finna start doing features. The reason why I've been slacking, like not even slacking, I haven't started that is because I hate putting a price on things. Yeah. I've always been like that, like, because I do art and shit too. I've put it on pause right now, but even doing art through life, people want to get like a painting from me and I never know what to put a price.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking not even too nice. It's just, I'm too wholesome sometimes. Yeah. I'll be like, I painted this for you and I just want you to have it to make you happy. Yeah. Like, that's just how I am. But I know, like, now, music costs money.
I'm going to buy one from you and put it in here.
No, see, I was just telling my friend, I said, I want to give him a painting to put in here.
Look.
But really, nah, you should buy one from me. I'll just do a homie price type shit. But, like, it's been really hard for me to put a price on features. Because I feel like I overthink it. I'm like, am I going to give them quality shit? Like, I don't want to rip people off. Or what if I, you know, give them a badass feature for a way too low of a price? Like, I haven't, like, or I didn't, like, understand, like,
you'll figure it out eventually.
It's okay to put a price on something and just stick to it and don't be scared to put a price on yourself.
No, when I first started selling my merch, it was just t-shirts. I was like, what do I sell them for? You know, and I felt bad charging for the shit. But
that's
I was
what
like,
I'm saying. I think it's like an artist thing, like a creator thing. It's like, it's tough for creator. Yeah. You don't know, it's hard to monetize shit sometimes. But now I'm finna open my door to features, make a little money, and it'll
yeah.
help me get my merch and shit ready.
No.
So I gotta,
Funny,
stay
one of
strong.
the first events we ever did, like a pop up, we had the shirts out, and I never forget this. A guy comes, he's like, "How much for the shirts?" I was like, I think at the time, this was like 4 years ago, I was like, $20, which is cheap.
That's cheap nowadays.
Yeah, because now they're like 30,
like
40
30,
bucks.
40,
Yeah,
50.
so and we are raising prices in the spring when we relaunch. By the way, no, but everything has gone up since then. So it's only right. But so the guy was like, "So how many if I buy 5 or 6?" I was like, "Yeah, $20." Like that was I think that was the day that I became like firm in my shit. Because normally I've been like, "Well, look, bro, let's do 15 a shirt if you're gonna buy that many." No, it's still $20, bro. Like you're not gonna go to the fucking mall and say if I buy 3 polo shirts, do I get a discount? No, you're gonna
They're
fucking
gonna be
pay
like, no, sir.
80, 90, $100 a shirt. So
Yeah.
nah, you'll get it. You'll figure it out. And
I got it now.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
I just haven't advertised it yet, but
Okay.
I'm ready. Shit, y'all hit me up for features.
Yep, y'all want a feature? Go and get at her. Hey, and if it came through here, yo, hey, y'all gotta give me a cut too.
Yeah, no, for real.
Nah, but well, before we get out of here, any shout outs you want to give? Last minute shout outs.
Honestly, shit, they might not see this, but shout out to my dear friend in the other room and her daughter for helping me take care of my children while I work evenings and do all my extracurricular shit such as music. Because without them, none of this would be possible. Because I ain't got no family in Waco. I'm solo dolo. And I just really appreciate shit like that. It's really hard for single moms or just single parents to try to do music. It's not easy. It's not cheap.
Yeah. No.
I might be a girl. I might be a little attractive, but I don't be getting shit for free. I buy all my shit. So, but yeah, shout out to them and shout out to anyone chasing your dreams. Keep believing in yourself. Don't be delusional though. But keep believing in yourself and trust in God and keep doing the right thing.
That's what's up. That's very admirable. Like you said, being a single mom, not having family, and you're still doing it.
Yeah.
So if you don't got none of that shit, if you got family, you don't got kids, get off your ass.
Then what are you doing, you lazy bitch?
Yeah, you're just lazy as fuck.
Yeah, get off your ass.
If she's able to do it,
yeah,
damn it, get your ass up and do some shit. I mean,
go
make
do
it happen.
something important.
I tell people, I'm like, look, I got 4 kids, I got a wife, I got I got all this shit that I'm doing, and I hustle like it's like I'm gonna lose this shit, like or I hustle like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so I think
you
of
gotta
people
keep providing for your
who
family.
don't have kids, who don't have a spouse or
I'm
a
like,
partner.
Damn, what are y'all doing?
What do you do all day with your time? How do you say you want to do music and you want to do this shit, but you don't put no work in? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's anyway.
We ain't got no choice but to hustle and provide.
Look, we're gonna put a link in the description where you guys can go follow her, man, on Instagram. Go stream the shit out of her music. It's dope. If it's not dope, send me a DM and I'll block you. But on that note, man, again, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Keep running them numbers up. We'll put her YouTube channel as well, so y'all guys can go check out the video she does have up there.
Bye.
Go subscribe. And on that note, we are Them Damn Mexicans.